All right, I am back for another petty pop up. Real heavy on the petty. I'm just here to state my petty opinion. Everything said in this video is alleged and in my opinion and for education and entertainment purposes. All right, y'all. How was y'all Thanksgiving? I hope everything was great. Mine was good and I was drinking. So, needless to say, a lot of things didn't get done this week. But I had to get my review in. I'm late getting to it, but I'm going to get it done, y'all. So we are talking about season 6, episode 25. A Stormy is Brewing. All right, y'all. Scene 1. For the first scene, it's the Fletcher's dinner scene again. We open back up in the exact same spot. We have Nell and Lil Chris. We're going to call them Big Chris and Lil Chris to keep, the confusion down. Because I'd be like, which Chris you talking about? But anyway, Nell and Lil Chris were going back and forth, throwing dollar amounts around. So Lacey said, what did she say when he was saying that I wasn't there, I had got arrested, and she had said something about they hadn't saved the dogs or whatever. Like she was interjecting in their conversation from the very beginning. So Lexi said flag on the play, and Nell told Lexi just to shut the hell up. I really think this whole thing blew up because Lexi did not appreciate being corrected by Nell. You ever heard somebody say this is an A and B conversation, see your way out of it? She kept interjecting and they wasn't talking to her. She didn't have nothing to do with it. I don't understand why she couldn't just let them have their conversation, but she had to intervene and interject and get herself in there some kind of way. So Lance gets up and says, I'm going to get a shot. He asking the other girls, y'all want a shot? I think it was Kiki said, just bring the bottle. Lance reveals that he had to fire little Chris. Young people just don't have any discipline. They want the lifestyle, but they don't know how to get it. He talking about how, he didn't appreciate not getting his last check and all that. But, Lance, I don't care if it is your brother. If he got a business, he's got goals. He's trying to project a professional atmosphere, and young people just don't have no respect for that. They want to come sit around. They want the money. Oh yeah, they want the money. They just don't know how to get it. And it just seems like he was doing typical immature young person stuff, just hanging around, doing nothing, expecting to be paid for it. But that's neither here nor there. So Fletcher asked Lance how is Green Spaces doing now. And Lance said, we're doing really good. We had some setbacks last year. I had to borrow a little change. Now, I notice when it's him, it's a little change. I don't know about y'all, but it kind of seems like there's a little bit of an entitlement issue with the Fletcher children. I am not saying it's a completely bad thing, but I'm just saying, when it's my money, it's a little change, okay? But anyway, and that's when Nell interjects that if I could get all the money back that we loaned to y'all, I would be wealthy. So then Lexi says, well, why didn't y'all buy me a car? Because Nell was saying that uh, Big Chris was telling her not to buy them all them cars and stuff, that they didn't need all those things. She was saying that it was up to your dad, y'all wouldn't have none of that. And so then Lexi says, well, why didn't y'all buy me one? I had to work an entire summer and save up to $1,500 and that's how I got my first hoopty. While y'all were driving BMWs and Mercedes, I had a 1997 Grand Am. I was like, damn, girl, you sure had a hoopty. It was probably one of them ugly white ones too. So Kiki says, you were reckless. And Nell reveals that she dropped $22,000 on Lexi. And Lexi says, what in the actual fuck? Yeah, guys are acting like I am fucking insane. Bitch, you are. Are you kidding me? She kept saying that. It was annoying me so bad. She kept saying, are you kidding me? So Chris said, here we go again. He said, every time it's always about the car. He said a large lump sum was given. And in not less than a month, you had another car. So then Lexi says, I got into a car accident. Y'all want me to produce y'all legal documentation? I got in a car accident and then I got my other car. It just sounds like to me that somebody not being very forthcoming, because why are you just revealing this now? Like all of those, everybody has said that every time they get together, she does this. So she brings up literally the same topics every time they're in each other's company. So why don't they already know about the car accident? I can't stand people who don't take accountability for nothing and can find fault in everybody else, but they never can. They got that poor insight into their own problems. But anyway, so Lexi says, I've never gotten a car. I've been treated differently. Neil says, how did you get treated differently? Lexi said, I've always gotten treated differently. Let's not open up that can of worms. Neil say, yeah, we can open it up because Neil wants smoke. You know, it got treated differently. So Lexi says, I have gone years without talking to you guys because I got treated so differently. And all the other kids doggone near in unison say, that was your choice. You know, Kayla said, we reach out to you and you block all of us. So you were in a different household and you chose to get mad about certain things. And Lacey says, well, I don't know. I don't know what this memory loss that everyone is experiencing, but it's like tragic. It's like tragic because that never happened. Little Chris said, just let it go, Lexi. Um, she said, I have to let everything go with this family, or I would not be here. If I didn't let everything go, I would not be here. And that's when Lance says, you do have this woe is me thing. Lexi says, I have a woe is me thing? I've never been around this family. When was the last time I saw you guys? November? Family vacation? Talking about the beach and how she wasn't invited to the family vacations and stuff. So Neil said, well, that was for the employees. And so Lexi goes, so you remember to invite your employees, but not your daughter. All right, y'all. There's a reason why I did all that. You know, I'm sorry, but Lacey is very disrespectful. I've seen, other people commenting on it and trying to make excuses for this girl, but I don't care what the situation is, how you were raised. You don't get to be disrespectful ever to somebody who has raised you or reached out and tried to do whatever. People do what they know how to do. Your parents, they're not perfect. They don't know everything. Raising kids, it does not come with a handbook. I imagine that most parents do the best they can. And so at some point in life, eventually, no matter how you were raised, no matter what the circumstance was, when you become an adult, you have to put those things aside and move on. Now, if you need to go to therapy, or if you need to work through some things and you need somewhere to go to talk about, what happened, or if something was traumatic and you need guidance in how to rectify your life and get past some things, completely understandable. But to try to hold everybody else accountable for whatever happened during your childhood and constantly carrying it around and bringing it up, it's just giving very entitled and disrespectful. She takes zero accountability for her actions. Okay, so I'm gonna put on my psychiatrist hat. I'm gonna be Dr. Petty, okay? Okay, I got my psychiatrist. Okay, I got my hat on. Okay, Dr. Petty. So I say that Lexi has a victim mentality. She's very needy. She's draining. She's like, she feels like people are against her. Like, that's a little covert narcissism right there. Um, I think that she really has some psych issues. This is my personal opinion, y'all. You know, all of this is just conjecture and opinion, okay? So if you get your panties in a bunch about somebody's opinion, pull them out. Anyway, um, it just sounds like covert narcissism to me because those people, they're kind of sensitive to criticism. They're always trying to, how you ever met somebody who can't get enough attention? They're always trying to make themselves the point, the point of they got to be the butt of every joke. They got to get in on everything. They take everything and turn it around to be about them. They're always trying to elicit sympathy. They are very, very manipulative. You have these woe is me tales, and they'll tell them to anybody who will listen to them. Always trying to get attention. Is this who you want to take on vacation with you? This ain't nobody I want to hang around with. Then she talking about why they didn't call her and invite her on a family vacations because don't nobody want to be around you. Nobody want to be around this. She's very arrogant, very self-indulgent, and covert narcissists have a self-indulgent focus on self, and they have a lack of empathy for other people. Does that sound familiar? Okay. So when Nell tells her to shut up, she could have said, Miss Nell, please don't speak to me that way. Right? She didn't have to revert to a 3-year-old. She could have just been an adult and said, Nell, please don't talk to me like that. So what do you think would have happened if she had said that? Nell being a counselor herself, you know, she probably would have apologized right then and said, right, you're right, I'm sorry, but let me talk to Chris, and then they could have moved forward. But you can't go around doing whatever you want to do to people and then get mad when somebody do something to you. That's really not how life works. Nell put on her own little air quotes and says, my daughter was being an asshole and cussing me out and wasn't talking to me. So why did Lexi expect to get an invite? Why did she even want to go on their vacations? Y'all obviously don't remember nothing the same way. If y'all don't get along, why do y'all want to hang out with people who treat you different? I don't get it. Not trying to invalidate anybody's feelings, but why do Lexi think she get to be disrespectful and cursing and saying whatever, but she expect an invite on the family trips? So why? So she could ruin it for everybody else? Seemed like the only reason she came to this dinner to me was to ruin it for everybody else. So I don't know if they got together and made an announcement that they were gonna do this show and they were gonna have the kids involved, and she took that as her opportunity to do, what, an expo. Like she thought she was going, oh, I'm gonna get them. It's just what it kind of feels like. I don't know if that was her thinking. This is just, we just evaluating the information that's put in front of us. And Lacey kept saying, you guys were barely at my wedding, barely. I didn't understand that statement, because I feel like either they were there or they weren't there. Either you invited them or you didn't invite them. I don't understand what you mean by they were barely there. And she was saying that I don't have a relationship with none of y'all. Why is that? Why you don't have a relationship with them? Because it seemed like this is a common theme every time y'all get together. And she was like, well, if you guys are gonna lie, I will fucking leave. I was like, bye, bitch. She was like, y'all can kiss my ass. Y'all can kiss my girl. I was like, no, honey. Baby, somebody, if this was at my grandmother's table or at my mother's table, baby, she would have got dived on. It just would not have taken place like this, So she continues to be disrespectful and tells Chris that he ain't never do nothing for her. She goes outside and she gets in her car. I forgot about my little video aids, but this girl right here is cuckoo for damn Cocoa Puffs, okay? So she goes out and gets in her car with her husband, and she told Chris that he never did anything for her. He wasn't in her life, and Chris couldn't get a word, and he was like, let me say something, Lexi. She said, I will come down here and set this house on fire, baby. I was like, Nope. That's the line right there. You not gonna make no threats about what you gonna come to my house and do, because your ass have been beat before you can make it to the door. But anyway, Chris went to cuss and Chris got upset. I said, Chris showing me something, y'all. I thought he was real passive. Well, he is real passive, but it's not without thought. Like, I think that he kind of likes to let stuff play out and let people express themselves and see where they go with it. But anyway, um, Chris said, "You a fucking lie. Now and I don't appreciate it. Just like, you pissing me off." And shit, go the fuck on. He wasn't finna listen at that. But I just think that Lexi is very disrespectful. It seems like there are some underlying issues. I don't know if she feels different because she was raised in a different household or whatever the case may be. Honey, you need some therapy. That's what you need. But I don't care if you get the therapy or not. Um, she don't get to be disrespectful. If you notice, the other children were very quiet when their mother was going back and forth with their brother. You know why? Because she wasn't talking to them. She was talking to the brother. None of the other kids interjected and said anything. Lexi interjected from the very beginning because she feels like she can do what she want and say what she want, but you can't say nothing to her. She's one of those kind of people. But anyway, you're gonna find out in life that life does not work that way. But yeah, if she don't want a relationship with them and there's such an issue, why she even coming around now? You could have stayed where you was at. At what point do you grow up and move on with your life? Once you become an adult, you get married, you form your own family. Why are you reaching out to hold on to people who you say mistreat you? I don't get that, y'all. But anyway, let's see here. The next scene is Stormy and Courtney. Yeah, I am so sorry. I was completely not interested in this because I know Stormy is a messy wench, and all she doing is trying to find out what personality she needs to have to try to get in good with the bloggers and get in good with the audience. I don't believe it. I don't believe she's a peacemaker because she was blasting Kiki herself back when they had their little spa date. So I don't believe her. I think she's just searching for the right personality to try to build herself back up to where she thought she was. I do not believe this for a minute. So this was a complete filler scene for me. Waste of camera time. I don't care about what they talking about. I was thinking this hood rat had the audacity to say Kiki reminded her of Darkwing Duck. Have she seen Courtney Elmer Fudd looking ass? Stormy working overtime, trying to turn over a new leaf and win over the audience. She in this rebuilding stage. I'm just not interested because she a sneaky liar, just like the Scots. She seemed like she trying to get to the top at any cost. Whatever role she got to play is what she willing to do. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that. So we get to Mr. Hotel Bottlehead Hope. Finally moving out them people's house. Finally moving out them people's house. I have a question, y'all. Who moves at night? I never heard of that. He said I'm doing a late night move because this is when I have help. I just ain't never heard of that. It sound like a lie. And we know that he do lie. That's all he do is lie. Hotel is the lowest of the low. I know I kissed a few frogs, but damn. The things this man, I mean male, he's a male, not a man, have done, he is just one of the most despicable people I have ever seen. I really do have a lot of disdain for this person. I'm just like, how vain can you be? He talking about getting surgery to remove bags from up under his eyes. Yep, you look worn out. You look worn out, sir. You look like you done been through a couple things since your wife left you. It's that's very feminine. I never heard of a man worried about such things. Like, where are your priorities? Like, not insecure in a home for your children, that's not a priority. Not finding some means of employment to support your children, that's not a priority. Not trying to get the intensive therapy that you need to be a better man and a father for your children. No, that's not a priority. You worried about your appearance. Don't nobody want you but that bed bug. And she don't care what you look like. She's still trying to get more than a two-piece from Popeyes out of you. So hotel excuse me, hotel calls Chris Fletcher to tell him that he moved out of the house. I just ain't never seen nothing like this. Like, this just feels something untoward going on. Like, have you ever seen anything like this? Somebody move out in the middle of the night and then call somebody and tell them you moved out. I just ain't. I don't know. just had a ring of dishonesty. I'm sorry. So hotel calls Chris Fletcher telling me he moved out the house, and he says that in his confessional, he said that he don't know what he was thinking or what the owner was thinking. Talking about, I'm not moving until I find something. So now the owner, he can sell his house. Like, I give my permission, as if he's in control. Just entitled, just such entitlement. Okay, let me put my psychiatrist hat on. Keep it. Okay, here come Dr. Petty again, all right? Okay. Got my hat back on. So I can diagnose this clown. Y'all know this is my opinion, right? This is just my opinion. So it ain't no need for nobody to get all upset or have something to say about. I mean, that's what you're doing when you go back and forth to these different people pages and listen to their opinion. It is just somebody's opinion, okay? Did I say it was my opinion? I think I did. Okay. Anyway, in my opinion, hotel is what we call a grandiose slash um he definitely is a grandiose narcissist, right? And I'll say slash malignant narcissist, because a narcissist can be a combination of any. It's such a varied diagnosis. They have so many different components to it, and he just strikes me as both of these, and I'll explain to you why. Okay, so let's talk about what a grandiose narcissist, or just some traits of a grandiose narcissist. You let me know if you agree, okay? Grandiose narcissists are exploitative. They carry with them an intense air of entitlement wherever they go. They appear to have high self-esteem to disguise their self-hatred. They are boastful and vain and arrogant. They avoid a true emotional closeness, a true emotional connection to people. They can give the appearance of a devoted spouse, but the focus of the relationship will always be solely on them. You know, if a narcissist is in a relationship, it is almost always for a self-serving reason, like power, proper appearances. Narcissists are very big on appearances and what things look like as opposed to what it actually is. They are trying to get connections or a service that the partner provides instead of the relationship consisting of equal give and take or shared support. They expect to be served and placated, but will never feel sated. That means satisfied or fully satisfied. So what do y'all think? How did I do? Does it sound like Hotel Hope to y'all? Okay, that is the grandiose narcissist. The malignant narcissist is a person who is overly concerned about their appearance, has a tendency to lash out, and if they feel slighted, well, they have a tendency to lash out when they feel slighted. They're unable to handle criticism. They have an inflated sense of self, and they have no remorse for hurting others and no interest in apologizing unless it benefits them. So, y'all tell me what y'all think. Do that sound like hotel hope to y'all? Sound like hotel hope to me. Okay. They showed a flashback of the scene during this scene where Hotel had brought them 2 measly bottles of wine over to the Fletcher's home where he was saying, I ain't cheated on nobody in 3 or 4 years. Fool, you ain't got nobody to cheat on. Somebody tap Hotel on the shoulder and tell him, yeah, fool, because your wife divorced you. I swear, y'all, this man is a idiot. He is an idiot for the ages. So, Fletcher tells Hotel they need to meet up. And he was trying to, Martell was trying to smooth everything over like it was cool. Like Fletcher wasn't trying to get on him or nothing. He know him and his wife have this kind of relationship. He just probably want to say he spoke to me, for the let Nell know, who you gonna please, your wife or this idiot who trying to freeload, go through life freeload? I know on one of them episodes he had asked Fletcher when they was sitting at that at the house he was renting, and he gonna ask Fletcher, tell Fletcher, well, I asked you, Fletcher, do you have any properties? Man, if I can't get you out of this property, why would I want to rent to you? Or why would I want to find a property for you to rent, to lease or rent? Why would I want to have any deals with you if you can't even follow a simple contract and do what was asked of you? So why would he want to rent to you again if he can't even get you out this house? Anyway, y'all. I don't know, y'all. What do y'all think? Cause see, I think Fletcher showing us something. He's one of the most strong, silent types. He don't say much, but when he do talk, honey, he be ready for to let you know something. Um, so I don't know how this meetup gonna go, but I can't wait to see it. Okay. So finally, in the scene, we get to see our good sis Melody with her college roommate Britany. And they were talking, it was a cute scene. They were talking about, you know, Mel moving on to the next phase. And she was mad at Britany. Well, she wasn't mad. She was asking her why wasn't she there? Because she was there when she met Hotel, what she called him Little Buddy. I thought it was cute. And when she called him Little Buddy, y'all, look, did y'all see the picture that went across the screen when she said, you was there when I met Little Buddy? You was there at the wedding. And they put this little picture right here up, y'all. And it's like a school crossing guard walking one of them kids with the big heads across the street. I say, boy, this production staff is shady. Shady. But it was a cute scene. Mel said that she was thinking that this is some international vagina. And Brittany was teasing her about keep that to yourself. Don't be saying that. But anyway, they was, talking about, maybe Britany being a part of Mel finding love again. It was a cute scene to see her hanging out with one of her actual friends. And that woman was a pretty old woman too. So I said, look at these good looking women on this show. But it was a cute scene. They didn't really talk about too much. It was just some girlfriend chatter going back and forth. But I know Brittany was making it clear that she didn't have nothing to do with that other situation. She was there, but she didn't choose. She ain't had nothing to do with the pickings of it. But anyway, so we get to the next scene, y'all. The next scene is the Fletcher's office scene. And I just want to interject here that Nell just lights up when she see Chris. You know, some people are supposed to be married. And I appreciate seeing somebody who was willing to fight for their marriage, because there's nothing wrong. It actually feels really good to have somebody who loves you and know who you are, and, you know, been through the ups and downs with you, and have somebody to do this thing called life with. It's so good to see a man who can genuinely appreciate having that, because most men, they ain't worth it. But anyway, um, she was just lighting up and smiling, talking about, "Hey, you looking good, Fletch." Chris was saying that his relationship with Alexis has been difficult throughout the years. Um, and Neil said that because of the dinner, their relationship has kind of taken a step back, which is understandable because she just was out of control. The stuff she was just haul off and say. Um, and speaking about um, the kids using him or coming to him, Nell said that she have every right to go from 0 to 100, from for all that she do for them, all that they require of her, all that they ask her to do. Girl, these young people is a mess, girl. They is a hot mess. Fletcher was trying to say that he doesn't think that um he just think that the kids, you know, what I think that the kids just don't want to be chastised. They don't want to be reprimanded for what they're doing, which is most kids anyway. But Chris suggested that they all go to counseling. I think Neil is a little embarrassed about going to counseling because they are counselors themselves. I think it's a great idea. Because Lexi needs extensive counseling. She needs to go to family counseling and individual counseling. She needs it. She really do. But I think it was cute, and I think it's a very it's a step forward to getting to the bottom of whatever the problem seems to be. Um, you know, it's a way to move forward as a family. I think it's a really good idea. Okay, so the next scene we have is Kiki and Stormy. That Kiki is a pretty old thing, y'all. I think she is gorgeous. I don't believe Stormy cares as much as she claims to. I think she's just a liar. I'm proud of Kiki because Kiki was just saying all of the right things, like where she is in her life. She ain't thinking about Tisha. She know that her heart was in the right place, and I do believe that she was not only trying to help her cousin, that she was doing what her cousin had asked her to do. So she doesn't feel like she did anything wrong. I understand that. She just ready to move on. She don't even want to hear from them, which I agree. Um so in talking about Tiffany, Kiki said, Kiki told Stormy, I don't know what her problem is. She said, I don't know what her issue is, and I would hate to have to teach her a lesson, but I will. I say, come on, Professor Kiki. Put her in your classroom, honey, and teach her a lesson because she needs it. Stormy kept bringing up that Carlos King interview that he did with Tiffany, and I think Carlos was reaching in that interview, but it must have been a slow week, you know. I'm not giving that interview no energy because Tiffany is thirsty. She gets on there and she talks all that crap, but she is the most irrelevant person. Talking about Kiki might have been a lesbian at some point. Girl, that woman, girl, make me tell you something. That girl is not thinking about you. You the one going around town talking about her, but you trying to insinuate that she got it out for you or she wants something to do with you. Girl, get a life. Find something to do. Anyway, so that is pretty much the end um of the episode. They show a preview. They show when Okay, so y'all, they show us a preview of the Tiffany slash Kiki meetup. Did y'all hear when Kiki said, "Oh, there's a baby"? I thought that was kind of cute and shady. And Tiffany is the one who is trying to manufacture a beef to be relevant. So I don't know how this gonna go, but Tiffany really she need to get over herself. I'm in my wits end with her because she really don't have no point. I mean, if the things that she was saying had any kind of validity, it'd be different. But it just seemed like she just trying to manufacture something to stay on the show, to stay relevant, y'all. They started showing like some previews of the next episode, so that we'll return right here to this same scene to hear the rest of what they were talking about in their meetup. Um, they show Chris with his meetup with a hotel, which is going to be interesting. Tisha talking about she thinks she pregnant. Kimmy said, Marceau had a vasectomy. She talking about, well, maybe it didn't take. Tisha's so stupid, y'all. I just can't, I can't with her. She's so stupid and fake. Like, I'm just ready for all this guys to go. And I do have to say that I have enjoyed thoroughly these past couple episodes without seeing any one of their faces. Didn't miss them at all. Okay. They also show a preview of a scene with Big Chris and Little Chris. Looked like they had a little moment. I can't wait to see that too, because I love that. I love to see a man be vulnerable with his kids and like in a teaching moment. Like I told y'all, Fletcher showing us something, honey. Nell know she got something, baby. She ain't letting it go neither. Um, then they show Big Lou holding his baby. I thought that was cute, holding little Ace. And I guess the Fletchers are pondering whether they should remain on the show or not. I say go and get a Fletcher's y'all spot because y'all wasn't doing nothing with it anyway. So in conclusion, y'all, it looks like it's gonna be good. I can't wait. This episode was really good. I give it a 8.5. What do y'all think? That first scene did it for me. I just feel like it was more real life than a lot of the things that we see on this show. And it was just interesting to see how, other people, respond to people, because you're not in control of what other people do. The only thing you can do is respond to it, right? I was wondering, like, the first time I saw this scene, I was like, oh, that dead woman she done set up a beautiful home. The table is beautiful. She's got beautiful linen on the table, and I wonder why they got all them red cups, some old paper cups. Then I thought about it. Say, yeah, we don't want them tearing up her house. She don't want them throwing glass there. Well, that's why they drinking out of red paper cups. But anyway, the Fletcher scene was bomb. Are y'all excited for any of the scenes from the next episode? I want to see the big Chris and little Chris scene, and I want to see I thought Fletcher was just passive and weak, y'all. My opinion has changed. You hear me? I want to see Hotel and Fletcher what they actually discuss, because somebody need to put that wild dog in his place. I can't. I also want to see what the rest of what Big Lou was saying, because Tiffany also needs to be put in check, y'all. Well, my fellow petty betties, that's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all, let's get down in the comments and let's talk about it. I will respond. So, what do y'all think? What do y'all rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 10? I would love to hear your opinion, okay? Until the next time, peace.